Hi, my name is Grace, and today we are going to be doing a yoga practice for finding balance in your energy, finding balance throughout your body. So whenever you are ready, join me on your mat. We aren't going to need any props today unless you would like to use anything. Go ahead and grab that. We're going to meet today in child's pose. So for this child's pose, go ahead and bring your big toes together. Send your hips back. We're going to take a moment here. So relaxing the third eye into the mat. Really take your time here. Feel the stillness and the silence of this pose. And start to recognize your breath here. As you're here, go ahead and start to connect to your Ujjayi breath. Deep inhale through the nose, and exhale through the nose. And while you're here, feel the connection to the earth. Feel the energy radiating between you and the earth here. Take another moment here to relax. We'll gently start to walk the hands up, very slowly coming up out of it, giving your body some time. Just bring those knees together, sitting up nice and tall. I encourage you to soften the gaze or close the eyes here. That energy within yourself, maybe feeling anywhere you feel your energy is blocked. If you can't feel it yet today, that is totally fine. And now starting to go through your alignment here in this posture. We'll start from the sits bones, making sure they're evenly pressing into your feet, or if you're on a block or a bolster, or if you're seated on the floor. Lifting up through the spine here, drawing navel into the spine, broadening the chest and the shoulders here, opening wide, lifting the heart, lifting through the neck, and keeping this wonderful tall lift to the spine. Start to circle those shoulders a bit, loosen it up. We'll reverse those circles, take them forward. warming up the neck just a little bit. Nice and gentle here. And reversing that. We'll bring it back to the center here. Drawing the hands behind the hips and releasing the fingers. Lifting the heart here. Pressing the shoulders down. Opening through the chest. Deep inhale and let it all out. One more. Wonderful. We'll release it back to the center. Open those knees out once more. One more child's pose here. Taking your time to really let your body sink into the earth once again. Gently bring that back up. Really take your time here. We're going to walk those knees together once more. And then we're going to lift up onto our knees. Taking it through to tabletop. Take a moment here. Circle your feet and ankles if you need to. Dropping them down to the ground, checking your alignment in this pose. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. We're going to inhale, drop the belly down to the earth, lift the tailbone, lift the heart. And reverse it, bringing the back rounded, tucking the tailbone. Inhaling, lifting the head. And exhaling, dropping the chin. Flow at your own pace here. Just moving with your breath. Loop the shoulders, bring it back to the center here. You're going to lean towards the right shoulder, just leaning the whole body, dropping through the shoulders, letting your body weight push down, leaning to the left, and then lifting up out. So it's like you're making a circle with your torso here. I'll turn to the front. It might be a little bit easier to see, but you keep going, especially if you totally get what's going on. Dropping through the center, taking it to the left, lifting up and around and out. Keeping that movement going here. And then we'll bring it back to the center. We'll take it to the other side, exact same movement, just starting to the left. Dropping through the center, lifting up and around and out. Loosening up those shoulders a little bit. If you came into your practice tense today, we're going to really focus on kind of unblocking that energy, bringing you back to a nice flow through your body. Bring it back to the center here. From here, we're going to tuck the toes under, lift the knees off, find that fire. Hover those knees, keep that spine straight, drawing navel into the spine. And lowering down. Shaking those feet out again if you need to. We're going to roll it backwards. We're going to shift all the way to our feet, finding our squat here. turning the toes out slightly. Holding it here, feeling that connection to the earth with your feet, lifting up through your head. Keep your arms out in front of you for now. Planting the hands firmly on the mat, lift the hips up. Heel toe those feet in. Bending the knees, you're going to lift, coming all the way to a chair pose. Once again, feeling rooted in the earth here, lifting through the top of the head, through the heart. Lifting up, opening the arms here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, find a forward fold. Wonderful. As you're here, go ahead and shake your head back and forth if you need to. Keep those knees bent or maybe shift back and forth a little bit. We're going to heel toe those feet open a bit, turning the toes out to the side. And now we're going to move through our flow. So inhaling, hips lift high. Exhaling, hips drop to the earth. Inhaling, hips lift. Exhaling, hips lower. Feeling this flow, taking time for your body to adjust to this. Matching movement to breath, but maintaining a slow pace here. On this last one, we'll stay down. You can leave the hands on the ground once again, or if you would like to this time, you can draw your hands to heart center. Lifting up tall as you're here. Broadening the shoulders all the way out through the elbows. We'll place those hands on the mat. We're going to slide it forward, coming to tabletop. And then we'll step it to plank, moving through the Chaturanga here. You can choose today if you would like to all the way to the mat or halfway. And then we'll come to Cobra or Upward Facing Dog. And then we'll meet in our Downward Facing Dog. First one of the day here, so take a moment. Let your body adjust. Broadening through those shoulders, wrapping inner thighs together. Insides of the elbows wrapping around forward. Heels pressing down firmly. And then we'll shift it back to tabletop. We're going to rock it all the way through, finding a seat. From here, we're going to open the legs wide. Depending on where you are in your practice, just keep in mind that we're not trying to find a full split here, especially if it's the morning or if you've been sitting all day, not quite ready for that yet. Body may not be warmed up, so just find this position, maybe rock back and forth on the hips, find the sits bones on the earth. Lifting the toes to the sky. We're going to start by just walking the hands forward. So really taking it slow, stopping whenever you need to. If you can, get all the way to the earth, dropping your forehead to your mat or to the backs of your hands. And taking a moment here, just like in our downward dog at the beginning of the practice. Excuse me, child's pose. I keep calling it downward dog today. Relaxing into this, letting gravity do all your work for you here. Focusing in on that breath. One more breath here. And we'll start to lift up gently. Drawing the feet in. Rooting down through the sits bones, the tailbone. We're going to lift the feet out to the side. So you have a couple of options. You can grab behind your hamstrings, excuse me, I forgot the name of it, by the calves, or you can grab by your feet. I'm going to show you grabbing by your feet. You can also loop around your big toes. You're going to start to open those legs out to the side. Balancing here. Lifting up high, spreading the shoulders wide, opening the heart here, finding your balance. Working to have that continual lift. We'll take one more deep breath here. And lower down. Wonderful. We're going to rock and roll onto the back. So you can hold the knees here. Rolling a couple times. And we'll meet on the back. Nice and slow. From here, take a moment to stretch those legs out. We're going to go into a recline straddle. So lots of straddles going on right now. So same concept, you can open your legs holding behind your hamstrings, by your calves, by your feet. You can also hold at the inside and help push your legs down more. So wherever you are comfortable in your practice, finding that posture, breathing into it just like we did in our seated straddle. Once again, broadening those shoulders. Focusing on the breath here. We'll gently lift it back up. Take a moment, hug those knees into your chest. Maybe shifting side to side, if that helps you. Then we're going to rock and roll it up, holding on under your knees. Excuse me. Rolling, finding your balance as you're ready. So on your last one, we'll come up to the tailbone, find your balance here. You You can stay here. You can walk the hands down to your calves or ankles, or you can hold on at your feet. Wherever you're at, lifting your heart. Finding that balance, lengthening here through the spine. And we'll gently lower down. We're going to roll all the way through. I will have to scoot back to tabletop. And we're going to once again move through our Chaturanga, so step into plank, or you can go to half plank. Lowering either halfway or all the way. Lifting to Cobra or Upward Dog, big inhale. And exhale, we'll meet in our Downward Facing Dog. Taking a moment here, stretch it out. Once again, finding a strong position here. And we're going to bend the knees. Lift the gaze, hop or step to your hands, and come all the way to a seat. Stretching the legs out in front of you now. We're going to find a forward fold here. Lifting up nice and tall first. On an inhale, we'll lift the arms, lift the gaze. Exhale, take it forward. Find this pose here, really relaxing into it. And rolling up. Wonderful. One more just like that. Inhaling, lifting along. Exhaling, folding forward. And rolling up nice and slow here. From here, we're going to take the hands. They're going to go to the right, to the earth. Twisting your body, taking your head towards the mat. And bringing it back to the center. Twisting to the left now. Going to meet the earth. And coming to the center. Wonderful. From here we will take left leg, gonna come in. You can bring it just beside your leg if that is more comfortable. You can also bring your foot up into your hip crease here. We're going to open that left arm, reaching it around, finding it, grabbing your left foot if it's within your practice, and then reaching right hand to right foot. Maybe looping around the toe here. As you're here, think of opening that left shoulder, lifting the gaze behind you. Breathing into it here. Twist, feeling the energy come up from the heart here. And we'll bring it back to the center. Same thing going the other way, so right leg in now. If it's within your practice, drawing right hand to right foot. And taking left hand down that left leg, maybe to the left foot. And now we're twisting, lifting right shoulder, twisting towards the right rib cage. Lifting long, opening wide here. gently bring it back to the center. From here, we're just going to cross the legs. Sitting up nice and tall, make sure we're on our sits bones here. Now we're going to do a simple twist, placing left hand behind you, right hand going across left knee, lifting and twisting. Finding the length here in this twist today. Bringing it back to the center. Same thing to the other side. Left hand going across right knee, right hand behind you, lifting to twist here. Bringing it back to the center. We're going to switch forward, coming to tabletop, tucking the toes under, lifting to our downward dog, and then walking those feet in, finding our forward fold. Bringing the feet together here, we're going to bend the knees, lift up, finding chair pose once again. And lifting, straightening the legs. Inhaling, lifting up. And exhaling, hands to the mat. From here, if this is within your practice, I would encourage you today to go into it. We're going to twist the knees. We'll start by twisting to the left. So dropping the hips down, twisting. Coming into our side crow pose here. And if it's not within your practice, you can simply stay in your forward fold. Whatever you would like to do today. We'll bring it back up to the center. And we'll take it to the other side, twisting knees to the right now. Finding the balance here. And gently bringing it back to our forward fold. I'm going to step the feet back or maybe walk the hands forward if you're like me and you're in the middle of your mat. Finding plank pose, moving through our Chaturanga. And we'll meet in our downward facing dog. Bring it down to tabletop. Take a moment. If you need to stretch out your wrists after the balancing, go for it. We're going to be on our hands a little bit more here. So just stretch it out if you need to. And then whenever you're ready, we'll meet back in our plank. So finding our plank pose. You're going to hold it here for a moment. Press your way out to your fingertips. Avoid sinking your wrists. That'll just help with any wrist pain. We'll shift onto our side now, finding side plank, drawing the left hand to the center of your mat, shifting to side plank, lifting right hand long. From here, we're going to take right foot up, reaching behind you, up on the toes, and then twisting, finding our wild thing. We'll bring it back into our side plank, slowly finding your balance. And shifting through the center, squeezing that core tight. Going to the other side, right hand to the center of the mat. Twisting to the right side, finding that balance. Lifting left leg, stepping it behind you. Lifting long, finding your wild thing. And bringing it back to the center. Finding your balance. Bringing it back to the front. We'll drop the knees down. Bring it all the way up to the knees now. We're going to go into a little half camel here. So we're going to start by stepping right foot forward. Just on your knee here. Tucking the toes of your back foot here. And then we're going to reach back. Left arm will reach towards left heel. Lifting up here. Making sure our hips are still pressing forward even in this half pose. It's a little bit easier to do here. And we'll gently draw it back up. We'll do one more, this time right arm reaching long, lifting up, continuing to reach long behind you. And we'll bring it up. Switching knees here. Same thing to the other side. Tucking the toes of the right foot now. Starting with just a gentle little stretch back here. We'll bring it back up gently. Now lifting left arm long, reaching up and back. Breathing gently here. And drawing it back up. Bringing the knee back under. We're going to go to child's pose for a moment. Let the spine relax. It's your choice if you would like to open it out, extended child's pose, or keep the knees parallel. Wherever you're at, just finding this pose here. Maybe reaching arms out in front. Maybe finding your shark fin today, up over your head. Or maybe drawing palms together underneath your, or palms down underneath your forehead. And relaxing here. Gently bring it back up to our seated position. And from here, we are going to roll through to a seated position. So crossing the feet, rolling on through. We're going to go ahead and rock and roll onto our back here. Holding onto the legs, rolling up and down, take your time. We'll gently lower to the back. Take a moment here. You can go side to side, you can kind of just set yourself up, whatever you need to do. Here, we are going to go into our fish pose. So stretching legs out long, hands coming underneath the hips here. And then drawing the head to the earth. You're always welcome to use a block to assist you in this pose. And we will gently lower back to the earth. When Wonderful. From here, we're going to go into a shoulder stand. It is your choice today if you would like to do it unassisted. I'm going to demonstrate assisted today, but rocking up. If you're unassisted, go for it. But if you're like me, bring those elbows to the mat, holding onto your hips, lifting up high. Holding here. And from here, keeping everything the same, opening those legs wide, finding your straddle. And we'll draw it back up to the center, slowly lowering down. Plant those feet strong on the earth. We're going to go into a wheel pose now. So if it's not within your practice, you're welcome to take a bridge or anything else you would like that suits this posture. I would suggest a bridge though. So you will draw your hands under your shoulders here. And if you're heading into wheel pose, lift those hips up. Take it nice and slow. Breathe here, take a moment. And then we're gently going to lower onto the elbows if it's within your practice. From here, lifting back up to our hands. And we'll slowly lower. Wonderful. Go ahead and tuck those knees into your chest real quick. Rock it out. We'll do one more wheel pose here. If it's within your practice, we're going to lift a leg. One leg at a time, of course. And if it's not, then simply hold your wheel pose. You can lower down to the elbows again, whatever's within your practice there. We're going to draw the hands under the shoulders, lifting hips first. Finding that wheel pose. And then maybe lifting a leg up. And if you lifted a leg, try the other one. And then we'll meet back on the mat. We're gonna rock it all the way into plow pose here. Really stretch out everything. Lifting up. Feet going over your head here. Breathing deeply. Let your back stretch out a little bit. And we'll lower it down. Wonderful. From here, bring it back up to a seated position. We're going to do a little bit of headstands. So once again, if it's not within your practice, you're welcome to skip it. We're going to start in child's pose, this time knees together. Drawing forehead to the mat. Hands this time are going to go down beside your legs. Take a moment here. Connect to your breath. First, we're going to lift up and find our squeezing pose. So hands coming to the mat. You can interlace your hands if you would like. Lifting up to your head as you're ready. Tucking those feet in. From here, we're going to try to find our staff pose, stretching feet out long. And slowly moving to our headstand. We'll come back out of it the same way if you can. Moving to staff pose first. Squeezing those legs in and gently lowering down. Wonderful. From here, we are going to rock and roll onto your back, finding your Savasana. So, if you are not familiar with Savasana, you're going to roll it down, send those feet out long. Let your feet fall open to the sides, hands falling to the mat. Back pressing into the earth. Closing the eyes or softening the gaze here. You're going to take a moment. Stay there and give yourself some time, quietly focusing on your breath, feeling the energy flowing through you, feeling that balance in your body now. And finding complete stillness here in your body as much as you can. as you're ready, you'll start to slowly wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, wake your body up a bit. Maybe gently rolling the hands and the wrists, rolling the ankles. And as you're ready here, roll onto one side, just relax there for a moment. And whenever you are ready, you can come up to find your seated position. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day.